the sexual assault case that resulted in 5 top Midland Christian faculty getting arrested yesterday. Tonight, we're learning more about the potential repercussions or the way those teachers, for the students and for the school as a whole. There is still a lot we don't know about this story. Much of it has to do with the administrators that were arrested. Victor Lopez joins us now. Victor, what are we still waiting to find out?
Well, Crystal, I actually reached out to the board president of Midland Christian earlier today. The questions I asked dealt directly with those staff members that got arrested. Now, as you know, there are Jared Lee, the superintendent, Dana Ellis, the junior high principal, Greg McClendon, the athletic director and head football coach, Matthew Counts, the secondary assistant principal, who also coaches football, basketball, and track, and then, of course, head baseball coach Barry Russell. Now, all of them are charged with failure to report abuse or neglect. Now, as I said, I reached out to the board president, Jason Stockstill, and I asked specifically who is in charge of the school in Mr. Lee's absence and has an interim superintendent been named. Also, what is the future employment of these 5 staff members? As of news time, I had not received any sort of a response. Now, all 5 of them bonded out of jail last night on a $5,000 personal recognizance bond each. Of course, we'll be looking for an answer to these questions, hopefully very soon. Crystal?
Well, the community is still in shock. Over the past 24 hours, we've seen a lot of reactions to those arrests, and the reason behind them has caused a storm of comments across the internet. Many from you who are weighing in on what happened. We're joined by News West 9's Francisco Soto. He's been speaking to Midlanders about the investigation. Francisco, what's the consensus from West Texas?
Yeah, Crystal, there's plenty of reaction tonight about the hazing, arrest, and investigation. Just one word, disbelief from the Midland community tonight. And I had the chance to speak with the former Midland Christian student about her thoughts, but due to the sensitivity of the issue, she's chosen to remain anonymous.
I can't imagine what the student and even his family is feeling right now.
Many people expressing their feelings on social media about the incident that happened at Midland Christian School. One parent saying, quote, "That poor student is traumatized for life. Parents send our children to school and expect them to be looked after and protected."
Parents should feel safe sending their children to school. It doesn't matter if it's during after school hours, like during a sport or an extracurricular. They're under the supervision of the school. I felt safe when I was a student years ago, but there are so many things that you just don't see. I just really hope that student is okay.
And many calling for change.
Definitely more accountability and transparency. This should not be happening.
And Crystal, just as you just heard, shock, heartbreak, but again, calls for better accountability and the future. And there's still many unanswered questions that will be coming up in the next few days or even weeks. We will be sure to keep you updated as more developments become available. For now, reporting live in Midland, Francisco Soto, News West 9.
Well, thanks, Francisco. In the wake of those arrests and investigations surrounding the Midland Christian baseball team, many of the questions are centering around what action is being taken to deal with the rest of the baseball team. Corey Mose has answers to some of those questions. Corey.
Yeah, Crystal, we got a couple answers, but the baseball team, we still have a couple questions as well about their next steps. After talking to coaches in the athletic department, we know that the baseball team will shut down until March 1st. That means no practice or play until then. Also, Philip Hall will be the interim head coach until further notice, since he's the only full-time baseball coach at the school right now. But after talking to staff at the school, we still haven't gotten an answer on if any other players will be punished or if Midland Christian will change any of their policies or procedures for their athletic teams. Once we get those answers to those questions, we'll let you know.